you do that necessarily in real estate?
Yeah.
And your idea for building your portfolio is to load up on Fubo TV.
Business fundamentals for a lot of the companies you talk about are deteriorating.
The guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Jeremy, you can't resist talking about me. I'm starting to think that you're in love with me. And just know that I'm in love with you.
Oh, those never get old. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We got another grift stream tonight. Oh, yes. Oh, baby, we got another grift stream. And tonight's live stream, here's how the rules are going to go. I know this is very complex, so pay attention, you little brokey losers. If you want me to do a live analysis of your stock, of your crypto, yes, I'll look at your stupid crypto, or your exchange traded fund, or your mutual fund, you super chat me $10. When I see a $10 super chat pop up in my StreamYard chat, I will look at your stock or ETF live. And when I'm a full-time brokey, self-employed YouTube grifting clown, I'm going to do this every day. And you're going to absolutely give me lots of money. And I'm going to be very wealthy off of your donations. So yes, we're going to stand by. We're going to do some comments. And then as hopefully the super chats roll in, I will look at your stock live. Isn't that exciting? All right. So we're doing member only comments here. I guess we can acknowledge Alan, the whiner too, but I'm not pulling up your comment. Brokey Echoes cameo in the intro. Yeah, my hero Echoes. Ben Shapiro farted. Ben Shapiro's comments are not good. Yeah. Oh, look at that, guys. His comment section's really crazy. Yeah. Wow. Great content. LOL, Alan. So, okay, we got our first super chat, but let me address Alan, and then we're going to get into this analysis. First of all, Alan, you need to give me money. You're starting to piss me off. And then he says, according to Social Blade, based on your channel growth, they estimate you'll have 17K subscribers in 2029. Why don't you give me a $10 super chat and we'll verify that information? Because I guarantee you I'm going to have more than 17,000 subscribers before 2029, you freaking clown. What are you talking about? Okay. All right. So anyway, we got our first super chat, $10. I look at whatever you want me to look at, as long as it's appropriate. Okay. I'm not doing these I'm not looking at bad websites that are going to get me banned off YouTube. Okay. So be careful what you super chat me. So first we got STRC. What in oblivion is this? What in oblivion is this? How do you guys find this stuff? STRC. Oh no. Strategy. What is this? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Great start. Great start to the freaking live stream. Okay. So we got Strategy Incorporated, STRC. What does this company do? Strategy Inc., together with its subsidiaries, operates as a Bitcoin treasury company in America. Yeah. Bald Eagles. Yeah. Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. They offer investors varying degrees of economic exposure to Bitcoin by offering a range of securities, including equity and fixed income instruments. It also provides AI-powered enterprise analytics software, including Strategy One. Oh, it's got AI software. Okay. Wow. All right, let's go to the website here. What is that? Okay, I'm confused here. Oh, it's preferred stock. I'm like, it's MicroStrategy. Okay, so MicroStrategy has preferred stock. So what is preferred stock? Preferred stock is kind of like the merger between a bond and a stock. A preferred stock generally has a steady dividend, and it has priority of dividends over common shares. And if a company is to get liquidated, preferred shareholders generally get more of the dregs remaining of this company than common shareholders, okay? So it's higher in the priority for liquidation. It generally does not have voting rights, but you get preferential treatment for dividends, okay? So what MicroStrategy is doing is disgusting, degenerate, and clownish. They are borrowing money to buy Bitcoin, creating a feedback loop where they borrow money, they buy Bitcoin, it pumps up the price. Morons look at it and say, oh, it's going up, time to buy it. And the price goes up even more. And then when the price starts to falter, oh, MicroStrategy borrows more money. And then they pump up the price again by buying it. So it's this self-reinforcing feedback loop, okay? At the end of the day, all you're investing in is a levered up Bitcoin gambling company. MicroStrategy is not a company, okay? They have a business that's complete garbage, which is why they're now buying Bitcoin. Because the biggest sign, the most clear sign you could possibly have of a company that's a total disaster and a failure to provide real economic value is they start buying a cryptocurrency, okay? That is a massive red flag. This is basically a Ponzi scheme, okay? Not exactly, but it's a giant grift. So I suspect they issued these preferred shares to find more creative financing to buy more Bitcoin, okay? If Bitcoin goes in a bear market, this thing is going to collapse. And this thing could easily be a zero. Yes, this thing could be a zero if and hopefully when Bitcoin collapses, okay? How much is this piece of garbage up? Oh, it's up 12% on the year since July 25th, 2025. Hey, bro! So what's the dividend? How much are these clowns supposed to be paying? Okay, let's see if we can look into this. STRC. So 1 year return, 10%. Dividend, 10.25%. I have a question, everybody. Where is this dividend coming from? If MicroStrategy is piling cash into Bitcoin, how are they going to keep paying a dividend? Oh, at some point, they're going to have to sell. Okay? Or they're going to have to take cash raised from other offerings to pay the dividend, which kind of does sound like a Ponzi scheme. Okay? So basically, when you buy this, you're thinking, oh, it's Bitcoin, but with income. No, Bitcoin doesn't have income. It is a digital ledger. It's a gambling token. There is no income from Bitcoin. It just exists. It doesn't produce anything except grift. That's all it produces is scoundrels and grifts. So you're like, oh, I'm getting my dividend. If I don't know how they're going to keep paying this dividend, to be perfectly honest. Because if the whole point is just to buy as much Bitcoin as possible and you want to pay a dividend, you have to sell, right? Or you have to use cash on the balance sheet. How long can this last? Okay? The only good thing about this, and this is not necessarily a good thing, is that if the company gets liquidated, I guess this will have priority in liquidation over common shareholders. That's at least how I understand preferred stock to work. So when this company inevitably goes bankrupt, maybe you'll get, I don't know, 2 cents on the dollar instead of 1/4 cent on the dollar. Wow. Okay. This thing is garbage. Do not get sucked into this freaking dividend yield. Okay. This company doesn't actually produce any profits. Let's go look at Strategy's most recent income statement. Did the core business actually create profits? Where's the investor relations? Network, about, here we go. Let me go look at freaking these morons' statement of cash flows. Okay. Please show me the statement of cash flows, if we even have it on here. MicroStrategy. Because all the profits you see with MicroStrategy, or strategy, excuse me, all the profits you see with strategy are like Bitcoin write-ups. They're not actual cash profits. Okay, that's the difference between a MicroStrategy profit And an actual profit is when Bitcoin goes up, MicroStrategy can report that as income, but they also have to write it down when it goes down. But that doesn't generate any cash. So if I buy Bitcoin and then it goes up in price, there's no cash generated. It's just the price went up. So if we look at their financials for Strategy, let's look at their cash flow statement. Okay, negative operating cash flow. Where are the dividends going to come from, people? It's going to have to come from future equity raises or maybe debt raises, or it's going to have to come from selling Bitcoin. Look at this. Look at this. Negative operating cash flow, negative capital expenditures. Where's the cash coming from? Oh, they're going to have to sell Bitcoin. Or they're going to have to issue stock like a freaking Ponzi scheme. Look how much money has been given to this clown corporation. $15 billion in the fourth quarter of 2024. $4.5 billion. Oh my God. This is not a misallocation of capital. Can we get a life in America? Can we get a freaking life? Okay. So look at that. They paid $48 million in preferred dividends in the most recent quarter with negative cash flow. Negative cash flow. How much cash do they have on the balance sheet? And they got $50 million of cash on the balance sheet. How are they going to pay these dividends? The only way they're going to do it is to sell Bitcoin, which they can't do, or use equity issuance to pay the dividends, which is literally a freaking Ponzi scheme. Okay? This is a clown show. No, do not buy this. I don't care if it went up, bro. It went up, bro. No. All right. That's a piece of garbage. Okay, we got a $10 super chat from Program Often Too. Oh, I see it. Adur. Okay. We're going to pull up Adur. Let's see what Adur's doing here. Adur. Never heard of this company in my life. Aduro Clean Technologies. Okay. All right, let's check out Aduro. You know, I think I have heard of this. It kind of rings a bell. Ha ha ha. Just like my last name. All right, so are we sharing? I'm always paranoid I'm not sharing. Yes, we are. Aduro Clean Technologies, Adder. So it's a $16 stock. It's got a market cap of $500 million, so a smaller company. Revenue of $168,000. Trailing revenue of $168,000. I know people that make more than that from their W-2 job. I wish I made that from my W-2. From their W-2 job. What is this? Aduro Clean Technologies engages in developing water-based chemical recycling technologies. Yeah, I got some chemicals from my rear end you can recycle right down the toilet. The company's platform converts end-of-life plastics and tire rubber to specialty chemicals and fuel. Oh, okay, I mean, they're getting rid of plastic and rubber. Okay, I mean, that's noble. Upgrades heavy crude oils and transforms renewable oils into renewable fuels. Oh, renewable, it's the future, bro. Okay, so let's go look at the company. I feel like I've heard this before. All right, let's see what this amazing high revenue company is doing. Hello, I'm trying to read. Why we are in the power of between. Between is what is complex and what is simple. Between lower value and higher value. Between what is waste and what is valuable. In between chemistry, Aduro. Sustainable transition powered by chemistry. This is like cult stuff. We are in the business of between. Actually, you're in the business of not generating revenue. Between what is difficult and what is possible. I'm crying. Oh. Between what is waste and what is this? Okay. All right. So what are they doing? Upgrading bitumen, upcycling plastics, upgrading renewables. Inspiring others to inspire us. I don't know what that means. Okay, and they have these random companies I've never heard of before. What else is on this website? Investors. The investor. Who you investing, bro? It's patented with extensive growth opportunities. Oh, I'm sure. The combined value for our current and addressable market is more than $200 billion globally. Oh my God. Aduro is poised to realize the potential of making even more plastics recycled. I mean, I'm not against it. It's not like a bad thing, but 168,000 of revenue. Can we land some contracts here? What's going on here? Okay. Why invest? Zero revenue, basically. Okay, so they're telling us all these different markets that they can address. What is this? Let's look at the CEO. Can we find the CEO? Let's go back. This is entertaining. Who's on the team? Yes. The story starts off in Canada. Boring. They founded the company November 15th, 2021. Okay. How much you paying yourselves in salaries? I want to know. Wow. Let's cut this board. Well, okay, you make 168,000 in revenue. Let's get rid of half of this team right here. Okay. All right, let's go look at the earnings. Okay. Aduro. Let's see how much profits they've generated, bro. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Look, last quarter, they made $74,000 in revenue, and they only spent $3.3 million in operating expenses. Oh, what are their margins? Guys, they only have negative 4,370% negative operating margins. Okay, hold on. Let's look at the cash flow. All right, they're accelerating their cash burn from operations. Okay, in the most recent quarter, they burned $2.6 million. The cash burn is accelerating. What are we doing here? You've been around since 2011. Can we at least have like revenue growth? Something? What's going on? Are you working? Is there a pending contract I don't know about that's about to be signed with the Canadian government to clean up the plastic? Capital expenditures. Okay, so they burned $2.7 million in operating cash flow in Q4 of 2025 and almost $1 million in capital expenditures. Oh, I wonder where all their money's coming from. Oh, issuance of common stock. How much do they have on their balance sheet? Okay, they got $7 million of cash on their balance sheet. So, I mean, they got another couple quarters in them, but they need to raise capital fast. How many capital raises have they done? Let's look at the share count. Oh, just keep raising shares, keep raising shares, keep raising shares, keep raising shares, and just keep burning cash forever into infinity. I'm sure the stock's up 20 billion%. Let's see. Oh, yep, it's up 257%. Why? Okay, why is the stock going up? Let's ask chat. Let's ask the internet. Why is Aduro stock going up, bro? Oh, it answered. Okay. It's been going up due to a speculation about its patented chemical recycling technology, the upcoming launch of a larger scale facility, so more spending, and increased interest from institutional investors. It's commissioning its next generation plant to prove the commercial viability of its technology. Oh, okay. Wow. The facility, anticipated to be online by late 2025, has generated excitement. Who are Aduro's customers? Who are their target customers? Customers, multinational food packaging company, petrochemical companies. Okay, so it's just in the testing phase. I mean, it could work out. I don't know, but it's basically this is basically a dart on the dartboard. Like, you know, maybe this technology is going to revolutionize recycling plastic, bro. I'm going to throw a dart on the dartboard and hope it works. Oh, okay, this is highly speculative. This is insanely speculative. This is like 0.1% of your portfolio type investment. Okay, that's all it is. Do not put a large part of your portfolio in a company like this. that's been around for 14 freaking years and just burns cash like you've never seen a company burn before except Tattoo Chef. I'm good. I'm good. But it went up, bro. Bro, it went up. Excuse me. Oh, you want me to look at Ionic for free, huh? What, you think this is a charity? Common sense personal fun? This is not a charity. You will give me money. Okay, everybody's being a little bussies here with the super chats. I'm feeling poor tonight. All right, what's Gil doing? So Gil started a short Ionic. Let's not short, okay? Okay. What are your thoughts on ICE racially profiling, stopping you for being Hispanic with no just cause, and even arresting Hispanic American citizens for not having ID on them when walking around? I mean, I don't really know what ICE is, how they profile. Okay. I think what happens in these scenarios is if you're going after illegal immigrants, there's always going to be some mistakes that are going to be made. There's always going to be a mistake. Okay. Especially at an operation of this scale. Yes, they're probably going to accidentally put a U.S. citizen in handcuffs. It's possible. Is it good? No, it's not. Is it going to happen? Yes. What I would like to see is how often is this happening? Because if they're doing it a lot, like as a large percentage of total arrests, that's a problem. If it's like one person out of every 10,000, okay, that's just a statistical anomaly. Okay. And to be honest, like that's how it works. Like, yes, it's if you're looking for an illegal immigrant, most illegal immigration is coming through the southern border. That's just a fact, whether you like it or not. It isn't a bunch of Europeans sneaking into the country. There's some of that, obviously, but the vast majority is coming from South America. So yes, they do have to profile to a certain extent because that's just the fact of the matter. So I don't know how common it is. I mean, if they're a U.S. citizen, obviously that shouldn't happen. If they're doing it a lot and it's very common as a percentage, they need to fix their procedures. If it's very rare, then it's just being hyped up by the media. I suspect a lot of the times it gets hyped up by the media. All the media does is freaking lie. Okay? Lie and lie and lie and manipulate. The media manipulates. They're very selective in stories. Okay? If they have an agenda, they only show you stories that suit their agenda. So when people are watching the media, they see these constant stories of whatever their agenda is. And they're like, oh my God, this is just happening over and over again. When it's selectively curated to only show you certain things. There's 340 million people in America. If I wanted to make you target a specific group or not like a specific group, I could find plenty of stories from 340 million people, constantly show you those stories on my network, don't show you the other stories of things going the other way, and then make you believe a narrative that isn't true. Okay? I don't watch the news. It's all fake. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch any of it. It's freaking garbage. Okay, man, I'll watch CNBC like when I'm on a YouTube live stream for like stocks. But even that's garbage. You can't trust any of this freaking nonsense. I would not watch the news. Trust your eyes or go look at government websites. Go look at data. Go look at like legitimate studies if you want the truth instead of watching the news, which is always freaking nonsense. Never trust the news. Any news. Not just, oh, you can trust Fox. I don't trust Fox News either. Who are these crazy lunatics, Jeremy, who pop up? They always have different. Oh, it's definitely Jeremy, dude. It's definitely Jeremy. Dude, every time I make a video with Jeremy in it, I get like these commenters coming in. You're bald. You're fat. Okay, Jeremy, you got me. I'm so bald, bro. Let's go. Where's my money? I'm getting bored. We're going to do this for, I don't know. I have no life. Nobody wants to date me. Everybody thinks I'm ugly and stupid. So I guess I can just sit here for 10 hours and just live stream till 4 in the freaking morning. Jeremy has been smart this year. He's not smart. He's a gambler. You're not smart if you make money in a year. Everybody's made money this year. Unless you're shorting, okay? I've made a lot of money this year. I'm so rich, bro. Let's see. I'm non-biased, friend or foe. I call it how it is. Let's see. Oh, who's the troll here? Okay, Rabbit Rover. That's got to be a Jeremy Alt. That's got to be a Jeremy Alt account. Happy Pants is some clown cyber stalker. Oh, they're out there. They are out there. Let's see. Okay, let's see what Rabbit Rover has to say. I am not fat and divorced. I don't drive a Ford. Yes, please show me your portfolio. Are you even a millionaire? How much money do you have? Happy Pants is broke. Can't even afford. Yeah, that's right. Why are you so broke, bro? And he calls himself a strongman fan and commits cyber crimes for strongman. He's been reported to the FBI. Oh, my God. Adur is greater than VT. I fervently disagree. Okay? I fervently disagree that Aduro is greater than DT. I'm trying to explain this to you people. You can take a massive risk and make a lot of money in a stock, well in excess of the stock market, okay? Nobody disputes that. My argument is you're gambling, and sometimes you're going to make money, and sometimes you're going to get freaking cooked. Why not just buy and hold the global index for your entire life until you hit freaking retirement, okay? It mitigates the chance of annihilation. You can make money for 10 years, make a mistake in year 11, and you're back to zero. I see this happen over and over again, just like in this freaking clown market. Guess what? If we're in a bubble and the stock market drops 50%, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Yeah, my stocks will go down 50%. I'm not going to lose everything. If the stock market goes down 50% and you're in high beta stocks, you're cooked. You've been nuked to the fifth dimension. You're gone. Okay? And the whole time that the market's going down, I'll be dollar cost averaging every 2 weeks or whatever my freaking investment strategy is next year. All the clowns will just panic sell and they'll just lock in their losses and they'll run away from the stock market. Just buy the freaking index. If you want to speculate, take 5% of your portfolio, put it in Robinhood, and just speculate and have fun. But 95% plus should be in a total market index, preferably total world index. Okay? Okay, guys? Yeah. Okay. Damian DuPont, stakes. Okay, LOL. Let's see. Sorry, no analysis, Maria. Oh, come on. Give me a Shada analysis. That'll be fun. All right. We got Vitella. Oh, Vitella. You got interesting rack there. Probably a dude, of course. Of course. AV. What is AV? Let's pull this up real quick.
AV, my PP.
AV. AeroVironment Incorporated. Okay. All right. Let me close this. Let me share my screen. All right. Let's check out AV. So we got AeroVironment Incorporated up 4% today and up 0.09% after hours. Market cap of $20 billion on trailing revenue of $1.1 billion. And trailing negative net income of negative $44 million. So they've been unprofitable the last 12 months. They have a forward PE, so they are projected to be profitable, okay? Now, when you see a forward PE of 91, that indicates that there's a lot of growth priced in. So let's see the stock performance. Up 154% year to date. Up 88% in 1 year. Up 516% in 5 years. What is this company? Oh, it's a robotics. Robotics, bro. AeroVironment designs, develops, produces, delivers, and supports a portfolio of robotic systems and related services for the government and businesses. It operates in 2 segments, autonomous systems and space cyber direct energy. They provide uncrewed aircraft systems, okay, and counter UAS and precision strike. Oh, this is interesting. How have I never heard of this before? Okay, so they provide drones, which probably are the future. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to the website. Let's see what they actually make. See if I recognize any of this, bro. Okay. Introducing AV Halo, unified software. Okay. So they provide software, battle tested solutions. Let's see. Wow, this is pretty interesting. You know, this is interesting. Okay, I thought I wasn't sure what this was. I want to see their exact products. Okay. Loitering munition systems. What is this? Switchblade 600 represents the next generation of extended range loitering munitions, delivering unprecedented RSTA support. I forgot what that acronym means. I should know that. Over 40 minutes of loitering endurance and an anti-armor warhead for engaging. Okay, is this like a Ukrainian type of drone? How big is this thing? Oh yeah, you know what? If you had bought this, like if you had saw what was going on in Ukraine, and you said, "Wow, I've noticed these drone things are really like getting popular. This thing could be the next wave of modern war," which it could be, and you had bought this, that would not have been like a crazy investment to make. Okay. At this point, I'm not sure, but this could, if there is a large conflict, stuff like this is going to be in high demand by the military. Okay. Very high demand. This is interesting. Let's see what else. Counter UAS. Space. What is this? The Badger simplifies through okay, this is antenna systems. Man, they're all over this freaking warfare stuff. Let's see. What is the Locust? End-to-end engineering. The Locust laser weapon system enables and enhances the directed energy deletion chain. Wow. You know, I'm actually impressed. I'm actually impressed by this. Okay. Now, where the stock's going to go, I have no idea, but there could be a bull case for this stock. I'm not going to say there's not. Interesting. Space. Advanced space. What's the Panther? Superior efficacy. What they reduce. Modular footprint. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this thing could do well. I'm not saying it couldn't. All right, let's look at the revenue. All right, so the stock's been cooking. We all know that. Let's see. Yep. Oh, my God. Yeah, this would have been a really good buy. Like back in like once the invasion started and you started to like track what was going on with the drones. This could have been a potential good buy. You could see that revenue is absolutely freaking exploding. And, you know, obviously they're issuing shares, whatever. They have negative free cash flow. We'll see why in a second. Okay, the gross margin. Okay, so they have been profitable in the past, but they recorded losses recently. Let's see if that's because of cash flow. Okay, so they have negative operating cash flow. So, yeah, they burned a lot of cash in the most recent quarter. Mostly because of changes in accounts receivable. So they recorded a lot of revenue without receiving the cash, but the cash will come in future quarters. So that's kind of like a timing issue there. Changes in inventory, changes in accounts payable. So they paid off some short-term debt. Okay, so this large cash outflow is mostly a timing issue. And then they did cash acquisitions. They spent $488 million in an acquisition. Let's see what they bought. What did acquire recently? Okay, they bought Blue Halo LLC, a company specializing in space, cybersecurity, AI. Creates a unified global defense technology company called AV with enhanced capabilities. Okay. Does Aero Environment provide drones to the U.S. military? Yes, AeroVironment is a major provider of drones and unmanned UAS to the U.S. military. Okay. AeroVironment has substantial contracts with the U.S. Department of War, such as nearly $1 billion contract to supply Switchblade drones and a $990 million contract for loitering munitions. Okay. What percentage of drones does AeroVironment? I don't know why I can't spell tonight. I'm stupid. Environment provide to the U.S. military. AeroVironment provides 85% of the unmanned aircraft by July 2021. Historical dominance, current status. They continue to be a major supplier. It does not hold an 85% share. In October 24, the RQ-11 Raven made up more than 60% of the U.S. military drone fleet. This indicates that while the company's drones are a large part of the... Okay, so I mean, they still have a pretty dominant hold on drone technology. There could be a bull case for this. Okay, very interesting. So when it comes to cash, not looking too good. When it comes to profits, not looking too good. But this is one of those like essential businesses which the government would not let go to waste. And I do think like unmanned military equipment, drones, loitering munitions, as they call them, that's a new thing to me. There could be a bull case for this. Okay, and they're definitely massively expanding revenue. So this could do well. Interesting. Never heard of that before. All right. Let's see. Thank you for the donation. The General, $2. Raise your hand if you can read and write. I don't know how to read or write. Oh, man. Well, thank you for the donation, good sir. Dogecoin. Oh, man. I got $10 to cover Dogecoin. What a generous gift from the General. Thank you very much, good sir. Or do you want me to cover that? Do you want me to cover that or do you want me to cover Dogecoin? I think you know what you're going to get for Dogecoin. Let me know what you want. You want me to cover BCHG or do you want me to cover Dogecoin? Let me pull up BCHG. BCHG. Oh, what is this? What is this? You know what? We're going to look at both. Cover Dogecoin. We're going to look at both. Why not? Okay, so first we're going to look at Dogecoin. I haven't been tracking Dogecoin in a long time. I'm sure it's gone to the moon, bro. Dogecoin. Okay, so Dogecoin is set 27 cents. So year to date, it's down 15%. It's up 146% in the last year, of course. Why not? Okay, look, let me tell you how crypto works. Okay. Crypto is all about marketing. It's all worthless trash. The technology may be beneficial, probably has some practical uses. Okay. I'm sure some aspect of the technology will be used by society going forward. The coins themselves are easily replaceable and they don't do anything. The only reason these coins go up is by sophisticated marketing and grift. If you want to buy a cryptocurrency, you want to make sure that you do your DD and predict that this coin could potentially get the public eye. Usually via grift marketing. Okay? Because if this coin suddenly gets popular because it's just a stupid coin with a dog on it, if some idiot like the Dogecoin millionaire says, buy it, bro, or Elon tweets about it, sure, it can rocket up to the moon, okay? And then you better freaking sell it quick. You better sell it quick. So you're hoping you buy this garbage, and you hope somebody markets it and pumps it so you can sell it. That's all coins are, okay? It's a war of marketing. And guess who's winning the marketing war? Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, what are the largest cryptos? Largest cryptos by market cap.
Coin market cap. Which one of my crypto is going up, bro?
Okay, Bitcoin's got a $2.4 trillion market cap. Ethereum XRP, Tether, isn't that just a stable coin? Yeah. BNB, Solana, Dogecoin's number 8. It's higher than Cardano. What? That's actually surprising to me. I thought Dogecoin would be lower on the list. It's all marketing, okay? It's all a marketing game. And just hoping that some clown pumps it up. That's all it is. Do not buy cryptocurrency. All right, let's look at BCHG. What's this? BCHG, bro? The Grayscale Bitcoin Cash Trust. Oh, we got another trust, another treasury company. Dart Splat Fart Coin will be the next treasury company. Okay, so in a massive crypto bull market, it's down 16% year to date. It's the only thing Bitcoin Cash has going for it is that people are so stupid. They'll say, "Oh, it's Bitcoin. It says Bitcoin, so it's Bitcoin, right?" And then they'll buy it. Like that. That's the only bull case for Bitcoin Cash. You got to if you want to launch a new cryptocurrency, you got to have name it Bitcoin, but maybe have the Spanish O where you have isn't there an O in Spanish with an Inya, you put the little symbol over the in. So people think it's Bitcoin. And you market it to Hispanics. Oh man, it's so stupid. Okay. It's Bitcoin. It enables you to gain exposure to the token underlying the Bitcoin Cash platform. They're designed to track the Bitcoin Cash market price, less fees. Why not just buy the coin? It's a digital asset, bro. How much are they charging for this nonsense? 2.5%. God damn. Woo! This is just buy. If you want to buy Bitcoin Cash, just go on freaking Robinhood. How much is this freaking trailed? Let's pull up this versus Bitcoin. I wonder if I can compare this to Bitcoin Cash. Like the actual token. Bitcoin Cash. Or not. Well, I wish it would bash. Bitcoin Cash. All right. Oh, look at that. It's it's not even the Grayscale. It's not even tracking it. Those fees are just destroying this. What is this? No, just if you're going to buy crypto, just buy the freaking coin. Okay? Pay your little fees to Robinhood, payment for order flow, or go on Clownbase and pay the subscription and just buy the stupid coin. Okay? Do not know. This is awful. Look at that. What is this? This is just massively trailing because they're charging an insane fee. Who buys this? What's the market cap of this? How much money's in this garbage? Or how much is invested in it? Where is it at? Performance. Assets under management, $235 million. So they got $235 million. And they're collecting they're making almost $6 million off morons. God, this is a cash cow, bro. Oh, no. I mean, I don't recommend either of them. But for the love of God, why would you buy this over the coin? Why? Seriously. Nope. The underperformance versus the coin is just outrageous. Absolutely not. Good Lord. All right. So that's Dogecoin and that's Bitcoin Trust. All right. Next, we have Honest. Honest, my Oh, we got to do a Jeremy intro. Hold on. We got to do a Jeremy intro. Here we go.
Earlier after the chef earnings came out, I felt like there was several people that were kind of attacking me. And it might not have been, that might not have been the agenda or whatever, but you can't control how somebody else interprets it. I interpreted it as like, Jeremy, you don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore. You're clueless. That's how it came across to me. That might not be the way certain people intended it, but that's how it came across to me.
You never knew what you were doing, you fraud. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and check out Honest My Bonus, my favorite company of all time. So let me remind you that Jeremy Lefebvre, financial education, the incompetent, low IQ, moron, fraud, clown, disgusting, hyper-capitalist grifter, was shilling Honest a long time ago, like up here, okay? And of course, he wants you to forget that because he's a fraud. He's a disgusting liar. He lies by omission. It's disgusting. This was a horrible investment, okay? And of course, because it went up like, it went up. Oh, it went up. Look, see, it went from $3 to $7. See, I made so much money. You didn't make money on this, you lying piece of garbage. This thing just utterly collapsed. Okay, basically, this company makes it's like if you're a liberal weirdo woman and you're like, oh my god, I want like very special, very liberal and diverse diapers, and diverse wipes or whatever. You buy stuff like this. You know what I buy? I buy Walmart diapers. Okay? You know why? Because they do the same freaking thing. I don't need these clean diapers, whatever stupid nonsense they offer. So basically, this company was led by Jessica Alba. And, LaFufu's logic was, well, I saw it in the store, and Jessica Alba, she's really hot. Oh, I clap her cheeks. Oh, don't tell my wife I said that, though. And, feel some moon. Where's the company's website? All right, let's go to stock analysis. Oh, my God, Honest. Man, the good old, I miss the good old days. So the stock ripped 8% today. Oh, my God, you're such a genius, bro. It's literally a penny stock. This is a penny stock. Just do a reverse split. Come on. So it's got a $441 million market cap on trailing revenue of $389, and it was profitable in the last 12 months. Got a forward PE of 46. Mamma mia. They sell diapers and wipes. So remember, birth rates are collapsing in the United States of America. Okay? Birth rates are utterly collapsing for a variety of reasons. That's not a bold sign for this company that sells diapers and wipes. Skin and personal care, my skin. Because all that matters is my looks. Oh my God. And household and wellness products. Yeah, I don't feel very well looking at this company. It offers baby care. There's no more babies anymore. Mama care. There's no more mamas anymore. Baby clothing. There's no more babies. Cleansers, moisturizers, and serums. Serum. I love that word. You want some of my serum? Eye cream, skincare. Okay, so it's basically a woman's company. Here we go. All right, here's the company. Oh, look at the baby. Look at the baby. Oh my God, kids are bad. I can't have my career. Because all that matters in life is my career, working for the man. Yeah. You traded one slavery for another, women. You're a slave to your corporation. Okay, so we have Honest Diapers. 20. Well, how much is this? How much are these diapers? Okay, so we got. All right, I want 41. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Size 6, 18 pack is $13. Seems a little pricey. Okay. Seems like a little on the higher end for diaper. I mean, not like outrageously expensive, but diapers add up. Oh yeah. Ask me how I know. Okay. I'm one of the 2 people in the world that has kids anymore. All right, we got clean conscious wipes. Oh my God, they're clean. Oh, are the other wipes dirty? Are the other wipes dirty? The wipes I use are from freaking Walmart. They're pretty clean. Yeah. So stupid. Oh, man, if you're being squeezed by inflation, this is the last freaking thing that you're gonna buy. Okay, And oh, by the way, if you have kids, you're paying more money. You got to really watch your budget, okay? We're not living the child-free life here. All right, let's look at the financials. How's old Honest been doing? Okay, so revenue's basically stagnated. They got a little bit of a boost a couple quarters ago, but basically revenue's been flat. So they have a forward PE of 46 on basically stagnant revenue. Let's see how their earnings per share are doing. Okay, they finally became profitable after all this freaking time. Negative free cash flow the last couple of quarters. Gross margins. Okay, so they are improving gross margins. That's good. Operating margin is getting a little turnaround. Okay. Profit margin. It's going up. So they've turned profitable, and that's good. But you got to ask yourself, what's the growth? Okay. You can only grow earnings per share so much if you're not even growing revenue. Okay. You can make efficiencies with profits, but if your revenue's stagnant, guess what? There's not a lot of growth. You could have, most likely, you're going to end up with stagnant earnings per share. And if you have stagnant earnings per share, why not just buy a freaking treasury? Seriously. At least you know it's safe. Like, you're going to get the money back. If you just have flat earnings per share, you're taking a huge risk. Okay. What's the growth? Oh, we're going to launch, I don't know, clean ice pops or something stupid like that. All right, so still negative operating cash flow. Okay, basically no capital expenditures. Issuing some stock. How's their balance sheet? Okay, they got $72 million of cash, $45 million of receivables, and they got current debt of $53. So, I mean, they got a pretty decent balance sheet. I mean, no real issues there. Very light on property, plant, equipment. It's just getting depreciated down. No long-term debt except for leases. Okay. So, I mean, their balance sheet's okay. I mean, they're not at imminent threat of bankruptcy, but, you know, the question you got to ask yourself is, should I buy this or should I buy a treasury when the revenue is basically stagnant? Actually, it's gone down with inflation, and they're squeezing a little bit of profits, right? But they're also diluting your profits with massive share issuances. Okay. Not impressed. Not impressed. Okay. Good pick, Jeremy. But of course, look. Hold on. We got to find a good period. I bought it. My cost basis is $1.11. And it went from $1.11 all the way to $8.15. And then I sold it the exact time. I'm a course, bro. Trash. Garbage. Yeah, $1 trillion any day now. All right, we got more supers here. Oh, we got a member. We got a new member. All right, welcome back, good sir. Planet 13 VTI. Yes, should I buy the entire U.S. stock market at market capitalization weights, or should I buy a Jack Jackson company? Da, 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 da. So once again, the bull case for Planet 13 from Jeremy Lefebvre, the clown, was that, oh, it's got a really nice store. They have flames that are just unattended in the store. And you know how I know that? I went to the store. Go search Strongman Personal Finance, Planet 13. I went to the store with my lovely queen back in the day, okay? And yes, she was thinner back in the day. Not so much in that video. But anyway, so he liked the store because it was in Las Vegas and because it was pretty. And it's a nice store. It is a nice store. But the problem with Jack Jackson companies is the tax treatment. I've said this 1,000 times. You can only deduct cost of goods sold on your tax return for Jack Jackson companies, which means your taxable income is insanely high. You're basically getting plundered by the government because Jack Jackson has not been scheduled or rescheduled to a lower tier evil plant, basically. So until that happens, these companies are going to get absolutely cooked, and the government is going to steal all of your profits. And even if you have a loss, they could still owe tax because you can only deduct cost of goods sold. That's the top of the income statement. So you can't deduct all the other operating expenses of business. That's not good, okay? Let me see if we can pull an illustration to show you, okay? Basically, you're just praying that the government reschedules these. Oh, please, Geodis, please. Let's make this legal. All right, let's see if it's even on here. The plant. 25 cents. All right, so it's down 57% over 1 year. It's down 71%. Another Jeremy winner. It's got trailing revenue of 117 million on a market cap of 75. It's trading below a 1 price to sales. Okay. I wonder why. No forward PE, so no expectations of profits. Okay. I've been to the store. It's a nice store, but all right, revenue growth. Oh, revenue fell 13% year over year. If I want cheap Jack Jackson, am I going to go to some corner store or am I going to go to nice, pretty Planet 13? Well, I'm a cost-conscious consumer, okay? I'm cheap. I'm going to go to the lower-end store instead of getting
The experience. Oh, it's the experience, bro.
All right, so let's look at their margins. So gross margin has been contracting. It's decent. I mean, I can see that because the store is very nice. People probably pay a premium for it. Operating margin, they're just losing money hand over fist. And a huge, massive loss in profit margin. Let's go look at tax expense. Where is it at? Okay, look at this. Pre-tax income. So their income before tax is negative. That's interesting. Why are they paying tax? Because of what I just said. So even if they have a loss, they still pay tax. They don't even get tax benefits. This is a horrible investment. Why would you buy a company that gets taxed regardless, even if it has a loss? They're getting plundered by the government, okay? This is why the government allows these things to exist, because they can just plunder them. Look at these guys. They're making a fortune. How much have they made in freaking taxes from this company? Oh, my Lord. So the government's printing $12 million of taxes every freaking year from this clown company. And they're not even making money. Boy, I was looking at the ball. Now, the stock could rip if there's ever rescheduling, okay? So you're basically hoping the company survives until Geodis tweets something, and then it pops, and then you sell it, okay? That's the only reason you'd freaking buy this. They even have positive cash flow. Nope, basically burning cash. Pretty decent capital expenditures. What are they doing to that store? God, it's one store. I mean, do they open a new one? Issuing stock. This is a freaking turd. Okay, this thing is going to go, unless they reschedule it, they're going to go bankrupt. Okay, and they probably are anyway. It's just a disaster. They're getting plundered by the government. Great business, bro. All right. All right. He wants me to cover JD, my AD. All right, let me get some water and go tinkle winkle. I will play a Jeremy video while I'm going. Let's see. Okay, we'll do a slightly longer one.
Man, fuck Jeremy LaFave. I think it's time we put his channel in the grave. Dude is such a clown. Dude's the biggest meme. Planet 13 got him having wet dreams. The only thing he made his to next was his mortgage. He's gonna have to sell his Teslas in his storage. Man, admit you got lucky. Your morals are yucky. $60 monthly from some sucker in Kentucky, making a few thousand monthly. You think robbing people of their savings is funny? Financial education, more like chronic masturbation. Fuck that noise. Listen to my proclamation. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. BT, my BT. Fuck Win Resort. More like Lose Resort. Tattoo chef, elf on a shelf. Suck a dick.
Perfect timing. That's funny. Okay, apparently they opened a store in Orange County. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, we're going to look at China. Now remember, guys, China is the big bad guy in the planet, okay? Every problem in America is because of China, okay? We have no internal problems in the United States of America. We shouldn't even worry about the internal problems, okay? The number one big bad guy is China. They're going to take over the world. They're going to conquer America. We should be totally terrified of them. We should totally divest from them, okay? We can't trade with them. No. They're mean and evil and communist, even though they're not. They're bad. So don't you dare invest in their companies, okay? If you invest in their companies, you hate America. All right, so let's go ahead and check out JD My AD. JD My AD. So, JD.
JD Sports Fashion, oh my God, girl.
So, JD, but it's only 35. Okay, once again, this has the China syndrome. Okay, so China syndrome is an irrational fear of China because you're, I don't know, a warmonger or you're a psycho. So basically, they're back in 2022, the government of China cracked down on a lot of large cap Chinese stocks, and that sent the market capitalizations of all these companies plunging massively. And there was this massive fear that, you know, the government was going to basically completely destroy all of these businesses. Okay. I didn't personally see it that way. I underestimated the amount of hate that was going to be directed towards China. And personally, I think it's a good thing that the government actually cracks down on grifting large cap tech companies. And I wish we did that more in the United States, but that would hurt corporate profits. You know, corporate profits, bro. Who cares about the people's corporate profits, bro? But anyway, so China's valuations are extremely low. So you look at the company's returns. Okay, it's down 23% on the past year. It's down 53% in the last 5 years. It's been getting absolutely cooked. Now, they do a supply chain-based technology and service provider in the People's Republic of China. It operates through 3 segments: JD Retail, JD Logistics, and new businesses. They offer computers, communication, consumer electronics, blah, 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 blah. I guess we can go check out the website a little bit. 517,000 employees. All right, let's look at the revenue, my Avenue. Oh, man, look at that massive revenue explosion. It's all fake. It's all fake. Just buy U.S. stocks, bro. Just buy AMD, bro. All these companies investing in each other. So revenue is absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking. And then we go down to gross margins, very low, but pretty stable. Operating margins, they've been doing pretty well. I mean, they had a most recent quarter of a little bit of an issue there. Maybe it was a one-off charge. And they've been profitable pretty consistently. It's kind of like Walmart level margins, basically, since June 30th, 2022. And let's see, annually, do they have a positive free cash flow margin? Let's see. So their free cash flow margin is dipped. That could be because of capital expenditures. I'm not sure. But they've had a pretty consistent, high 3% free cash flow margin, consistent profitability and growing on an annual basis, and growth in operating margin. So overall, like from the revenue and the margin story, it looks really good. Now you go to cash flow. Let's see. So they took a big hit to operating cash flow. Why is that? Other operating activities. What is that? So something happened in the last 12 months. It doesn't specify. Maybe we can go look at the income statement again. They had a huge outflow from other operating activities that massively hurt their operating cash flow. If it wasn't for that, they would have posted pretty solid operating cash flow, pretty consistent with prior years. What the heck happened? All right, selling and admin is going up. R&D is going up. Operating, yeah, it doesn't really specify what happened here. I mean, very impressive revenue growth. Okay, it's had a fantastic recovery. From a valuation standpoint, let's see. Basically almost as cheap as it's been. I mean, if you look at the past 5 years, they were up, all the Chinese stocks were up massively. Then the government cracked down and valuations just absolutely imploded. Let's see the website. I don't really like their website. I don't like Chinese websites. Let's see what's in the news. Jingdong Logistics expands air cargo network with new Shenzhen, Singapore routes. Okay. They acquired a supermarket. They announced a $10 billion growth plan to introduce 1,000 overseas brands to China over the next 3 years. Okay. Yeah, it seems like they're doing a lot of good work. So my thoughts about JD. Here's what I think you should do, okay? This was my mistake. Why don't you just buy a China ETF? Okay? Like MCHI or the Fletch ETF. Both of these ETFs give you exposure to the same freaking stocks. Okay? Like, for example, Fletch. I mean, maybe that's not how you pronounce it. That's how I pronounce it. Has Tencent, Alibaba, Xiaomi, PDD. Where's freaking JD? JD's all the way down here. So JD has 1.26% in Fletch. MCHI. Where's it at? Okay, so JD's very small representation. You can get exposure to China, and you can play a China recovery story by buying the ETF. You don't need to buy an individual stock. Me personally, I bought Alibaba as kind of like a proxy for China, but I realized why buy an individual stock if I'm betting that the fears of China are massively irrational. So what I did was I sold Alibaba at a loss, and I started tax loss harvesting between the Fletch ETF and MCHI. So I'd sell at a loss, back and forth every 31 days. And then I eventually ended up with MCHI. That's just how the tax loss harvesting worked. So if you want to play a China recovery, like it's up 42% year to date, just buy the freaking ETF. Okay. I don't think you need to buy an individual company like JD. There's competition in China. There's a lot of competition in China. So buying one company could be extremely risky. Okay. I think there's actually more, in some respects, there's more capitalism in China than in the United States, which if you look at the United States now, all these companies are just buying each other. And then the government's buying into the companies. It's like a merger of state and government, or corporations and state. It's weird. Okay. But China's communist. But then America goes ahead and freaking invests in these companies. Weird. Very weird. Excuse me. Anyway, I wouldn't buy JD. I would just buy, you might underperform JD. Okay. Boo-hoo. But you still get freaking exposure to China without taking a massive risk of one company, because you're taking single company risk in addition to country risk. Okay. I would just take the country risk. If you want to play a country, just buy the freaking ETF. Okay. That's my humble opinion. But JD's been doing pretty good. I mean, they've been massively growing revenues. They have been growing profits. They've been doing pretty well. The stock price, of course, has not reflected that. I don't know why it's not coming up here, but that's how markets work. Okay. So JD's growing revenue and profits. Stock collapses. Tesla, complete and utter disaster, complete joke of a company. And it's trading at 1.5 trillion. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Okay. This is why I don't like individual stocks. It's just clownery. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's JD. All right. Okay. So let's see. What did we get here? What's the haul? So we covered MicroStrategy's preferred shares, clown show. We covered something with you. I forgot. We covered AVAV, which was interesting, actually. The time to buy it probably would have been a couple of years ago, though, being perfectly honest. We got a super chat from the general. We covered Dogecoin and the Bitcoin Grayscale, Bitcoin Cash Grayscale Trust, which that was a total joke. Honest, my bonest, new member, Planet 13, and JD, my AD. All right, we'll do some member comments. We can hang out a little bit longer here because it's only 7:48. I'm living the cheek-free life. Canadian Jack Jackson has been all over the place lately, but still glad I don't hold it. I would not play in that market. I mean, like the amount of freaking regulation and the crushing burden of taxation, these companies are cooked. Absolutely cooked. Oh, $10. Oh, well, that's not a $10 super. I don't see the gold, bro. Where's the gold? I need to see that delicious $10 payment directly deposited into my bank account. Well, it's not directly deposited, but you know what I'm saying. It is eventually. I need to see my payment, bro. I need to see my money. I heard that Biden is going to legalize it any day now. The only way. That is the way, Dex. Sold honest in the $1 range. Is that when Jeremy sold it? I remember I think he did sell it at some point. And then, of course, when the stock rallied, guess what freaking Jeremy did? Oh, see? Oh! Like pretending like he made money. You didn't make money, you fraud. You lost money. Stop pretending like you make money. You disgust me. You're such a liar. Oh, he's an American hero, American success story. All hail capitalism. Jeremy, you clearly misunderstood the memo. Is Jeremy old enough to have the hots for Jessica Alba? You know, I never thought Jessica Alba was that hot. I guess she's just not my type. I don't know. Think bigger, tax advantage accounts, clown base. That's right. Bitcoin Latina. Dude. You just put the in ya. Oh, it's a Latin Bitcoin. Shark coin, splooge coin, nut coin, beanbag coin. You're right about marketing that applies to stocks. Yeah, go look at freaking Tesla. Okay, you want to talk about marketing? Yeah, that company is a joke. Tesla is an abysmal joke. It is a clown stock. It is a collapsing piece of garbage. And all Elon Musk has to do is look at my robot. And the stock's now $1.5 trillion. The market cap. Seriously? What's going on here? I've never been more frustrated by a company in my entire freaking life. Let's see. Yes, I am a champ. Thank you very much. Let's see. I remember the days when I used to buy all these Yeah, don't dabble in penny stocks. So these are like moonshots. Looking forward to crapping on dividend investors. Yeah, I got to make the presentation. It's just I've been so busy, but I'm actually kind of open this week. Thank God. Okay. All right. Well, I think people are kind of exhausted. Let's see. What do you think about Bad Bunny for the halftime Super Bowl? Your opinion is really important. Well, number one, I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't even know when the Super Bowl is. I don't care about sports. I've played them. I don't care about sports. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I have better things to do than watch sports ball. Bad Bunny, never heard of him in my life. He looks like a freak, a massive weirdo freak. I've never heard his music. I have no interest in him. I don't care about the football culture war. I can eat my hot dog and watch people throw balls around America. I don't care. Okay? Zero Fs. Zero Fs. That's my opinion. He did sell it down there. That was magically up. Of course he was. He's always, I mean, I figured out his trick. Okay. All he does is he keeps selling the highest cost basis shares. So that magnifies his percentage gain that you see on his public portfolio. It's kind of clever, but it's not hard to figure out what he's doing. So he just keeps buying and buying and buying. So let's say a stock is collapsing. It goes from 10 to 7 to 5 to 3. And he's buying at all those price ranges. What he'll do is he'll start to sell the most expensive shares. So the shares he bought at 10, the shares he bought at 7. And then eventually when the stock bottoms, let's say it bottoms at $3. Well, when the stock doubles, for example, it looks like he doubled his money, when in reality, he lost money because he was just selling shares at a loss all the way down. That's all he's doing. Like, you're not clever, Jeremy. You can deceive the morons. You're not going to deceive me, you disgusting piece of garbage. Okay. And you know what, Jeremy? You're having your day in the sun. Okay. You bought a bunch of high beta stocks in an insane bull market. You look like a genius. You're so smart. You know what happens to high beta stocks when the market collapses? They go down more than the market. And I wonder what you're going to do, Jeremy. Oh, I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to start selling the high share lots, and then you're going to start dollar cost averaging into new stocks, and then you're going to sell the highest share lots of those and wait till the market bottoms, and then you're going to pretend like you made a bunch of money. I know what you're doing, Jeremy. You're a piece of garbage. He bought Planet at 90 cents on one of the Hopium pumps. Of course. Let me guess. Is he up 1,000% on the Planet? If you don't watch sports, you must be I've never cared about watching sports. I just don't care. I've never cared. I've tried to get into it. The only sport I've watched is esports, like StarCraft. Because when I was growing up, I was in Korea, South Korea, from like 2nd grade to 5th grade, something like that. And back then, StarCraft was a big thing. It's still a big thing in Korea. So the South Koreans were all about going to game rooms and playing StarCraft and other games. And that's what I did as a kid. And that's what I learned to enjoy. And then they have pro StarCraft players. And it's a huge sport in South Korea. So sometimes I'll watch pro StarCraft. I'll watch it on Artosis or, other things on YouTube. But that's the only sport that I'll watch. I don't care about sports ball. I just didn't, my childhood, I was not in America. I was in South Korea, and then I graduated high school in Italy. I have no connection to the sports ball teams in America because my formative years as a child were not in the United States. That's why I buy VXUS, bro, international. He's definitely a Dolphin fan. Somebody asked, do you like kimchi? I love Korean food. I love foreign food. Okay. I love Indian. People say Indian food's bad. I love Indian food. I love Korean food. I actually went to China. That's when I was programmed to be a CCP bot. I actually didn't really like their food, maybe because I was a kid. I like Korean food. I like Middle Eastern food. I like Indian food. I like a lot of food internationally, okay? The most garbage food is American food. Oh, we got hamburgers and hot dogs in America. Yeah. Look. Oh, crap my pants. Oh. All right. I think that's it for the night. I made my little collection. He's a fan of the kinetic Coomers. Sure. Anyway, subscribe, consider joining as a member to support the channel, and consider booking a free 30-minute tax consultation with me. I am a certified public accountant. I will gladly do your business and or personal taxes. Any state in the United States, you can talk to me for free. I give you upfront quotes, fixed, flat, upfront quotes like your mom. And I'll do your taxes like a boss and much better than your other clown CPA who's probably overwhelmed with 1 trillion clients and just doing the same thing they did last year. Anyway, that's it. You guys have a wonderful night. Talk to you later. Cheers.